What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph!
You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with another edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. And tonight... Alright, we're coming back to Bruce Springsteen. Yes, indeed, Bruce Springsteen fans feeling you. Come on now. Here we go. Before we go any further, for those of you who are feeling inclined to do all the clicks and the likes and the bibbidi-boobidi-bob, do me a favor. Before you do all those clicks and likes, please watch the whole video first, okay? Give me a chance to earn those clicks and likes. Now, after the video's done, if you still feel like doing all those clicks and likes, then by all means, feel free to click away. This comes as a request from JFK, and this is actually one of JFK's 3 prioritized requests for the month of October for being a gold tier member on the Patreon page. So here you go, JFK. I hope you enjoy the show, man. JFK wanted to see me react to this song by Bruce Springsteen called Prove It All Night.
I don't even know if that's PG!
Now, have I heard the song before? No, I have not. To the best of my knowledge, this does not resonate with me in any way, shape, or form. However, there's always a possibility I may have heard the song in passing and I just don't realize it. So as always, if I start listening to the song and I suddenly go, wait a second, time out, I recognize this song, I'll let you know.
That's the truth.
You know me, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. This was posted by Bruce Springsteen, okay? And the video has 104,243 views. It'll get you there. Other than that, there's really nothing else left to say. Link to the original video will be down below in the video description for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Let's get started. What do you say? Are you ready? Are you ready? Because here we go. All right, here we go. Bruce Springsteen and the E Street Band, Prove It All Night, live in Houston, 1978. Okay, so we're going back with this one. That's cool. All right, let's do this.
All right, boy, let's do this.
I was about to say, is there a video? Dynamic cut.
Let's see if you can prove it all night.
Good crowd response. That's good. So the crowd knows it.
Everybody way up on the hill.
Nice job acknowledging everybody in the back or at the top of the hill or whatever it was he said. It's one thing to acknowledge the people up at the front of the stage. That's easy. You know, that's easy. They're right there in front of you. It's real easy to recognize them and acknowledge them. It's not always that easy to acknowledge and recognize the people back in the cheap seats. You know what I mean? But Look, and a lot of artists don't recognize them, and I don't understand why. I mean, they paid their money just like everybody else did. But I've seen a number of artists who they'll acknowledge the people up at the front, like, you know, throughout the entire show, but they never once acknowledge the people in the back. So I like seeing artists do that. I like seeing artists take that, you know, just a couple seconds to acknowledge the people way in the back or way up at the top and just let them know, hey, I know you're there. Thank you for coming. I acknowledge you guys, and I want to put the spotlight on you for a little bit. So good on him. Really good on him. Loved that dynamic pull down. I loved how they came down on, and then once again, on Bruce's vocal cue. That's all it was a vocal cue. He just said, hey, and everybody knows, bring it down. Mezzo piano. From forte to mezzo piano. That's nice. Really good job. That piano player was getting it. My goodness, he was getting it. Really hammering on those keys, which I love to see. And it sounded good. It sounded really good. The triangle. You don't see triangle too often. And but I can actually hear it too. That's the great thing. I could actually hear the triangle, which was really nice. Anyway, let's keep going here. Right there. Finally, the solo's over. Holy cow. Long solo, but it sounded good. It did sound good, so no complaints. Just, it was a long solo. I'm curious, is this an instrumental? I don't know. I get the feeling this might be an instrumental song, which is fine. I got no problem with it being instrumental. If it is an instrumental, it's doing all the right things, showcasing, in particular, Bruce on the guitar, which is great. I hope some other musicians get to be, spotlighted as well. That would be nice. But, we're over halfway through the song and it's been nothing but instrumental so far. So I'm going to assume that this is an instrumental song. If it's not, and there are vocals and that was all intro, then I'm not quite as big of a fan. Look, don't get me wrong, the solo was nice, but if over half of your song is intro, that's a problem. That's a big problem. So I'm really hoping that's not the case. I noticed a transition right before I paused. So I'm really hoping that what we heard was not just intro. I'm hoping it was instrumental. And I'm hoping the whole song is instrumental, and that was just the first half of it. There's a big difference. And I really hope I'm right about this being an instrumental. Anyway, let's keep going here. Let's see how this goes. Let's pause before we go into another long, possibly, guitar solo. Okay, so I was wrong. This is not an instrumental. And that makes the whole first half of the song an issue. Yeah, that was way too long for an intro. I'm sorry. I know there's going to be people in the comments who are going to be like, it's Bruce Springsteen. You can do whatever the hell you want. I understand. And yeah, you're right. He is Bruce Springsteen. He can do whatever the hell he wants. And he's absolutely entitled to do whatever he wants to do, okay? Having said that, though, me personally, when an intro is over half of the length of the song, like the song itself is like, what? 10 minutes and some odd seconds? And over 5.5 minutes of it is guitar solo and piano solo? That's too much. I'm sorry. That, in my opinion, that is just way too much. They should have cut that in half and gotten to the song. Now, once you're in the song, if you want to put extended solos in the middle of the song, that's fine. That's different. Go ahead. You've already established the song. Put your extended solos in there. By all means, go ahead. That's the better place to put them. Or use it as an outro. If you want to make an extended instrumental outro, that's fine. But an overextended instrumental intro, it doesn't sit well with me. It doesn't sit well with me. So, Yeah, it's gonna affect the score, unfortunately. Let's keep going here.
In a long white pool, meet me in the field behind the dynamo. You hear their voices, tell you not to go. They made their choices, and they'll never know what it means to steal.
I wouldn't even call it a bullet. That's more like break.
What it's like to live and die. Prove it all night, prove it all night. There's nothing else that we can do. Prove it all night, prove it all night. It was good. The song itself is fine. I like the song. I don't like the format. I don't like how they arranged it. I think they got it backwards. Let me get my thoughts together. I'll see you in the review and we'll talk about it. Well, there you go, folks. That was Bruce Springsteen with Prove It All Night. This was a request from JFK, and this was actually one of JFK's 3 prioritized requests for the month of October for being a gold tier member on the Patreon page. So there you go, JFK. I hope you enjoyed the show, man. This one was rough because I want to give it a higher score, man. I really do. But I don't see the justification for it in light of the things that I don't like. I'm just like, I'm so torn on this. But I have a score and I'm gonna stick with it. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give that an 8.2. Yep, 8.2. I feel good about that score. Let me tell you why.
Why?
Okay, I want to be very clear when I say this, and I don't want anybody taking anything that I say afterwards out of context and disregard what I'm going to say right here, okay? I liked the song. The song itself, the actual song, I really enjoyed it, okay? I can honestly say, I don't know if I will go as far as to say this is my favorite Bruce Springsteen song that I've heard, but I would definitely put this up in the top 5. Without question, without hesitation, I would put this up in the top 5. Now, since that's the case, I've given scores of, 8.4, 8.5, 8.6 to songs that I didn't necessarily like more than this one. So why am I giving this one a lower score when I clearly like the song more than the others? There's a very glaring issue, and you already know what I'm gonna say, but I'm gonna go about it at the end. Let's start off with the things I did like. Let's start off with the things I did enjoy. The biggest thing about this song that I enjoyed was the energy level, the feel on this song, the drive of the song, the intensity in the song. I enjoyed that. Absolutely, how the song felt all the way through. I really enjoyed it, especially when the actual song kicked in at like the 5.5 minute mark. I really dug it when it kicked in, man. When it actually kicked in and everybody came in strong. The pulse was established, the drive was established, the energy became very palpable, and I thoroughly enjoyed it, man. It sounded really good. It felt good, and I enjoyed it. I absolutely enjoyed it. The other big thing for me in this song, believe it or not, I don't talk about these guys very often, but the piano player and the keyboard player, man, they were getting it. Whoo, they were getting it through the whole song. The intro with the piano player sounded really nice. I dug that with that little. I don't know if I would really. Well, yeah, it was basically a solo. It wasn't like a whole bunch of melodic lines. It was mostly chordally structured or chordally based, but it still sounded really good. I dug what he was doing, along with the guy on the other side of the stage playing the Rhodes. Man, that sounded good. That was very, very fitting patch that he was on that. It was actual Rhodes he was playing. It wasn't like a synthesizer with a Rhodes patch. No, it was an actual Rhodes. And man, there's something about those Rhodes, man. Rhodes and Hammonds, man, they both just sound fantastic. They sound very similar. That might have been a Hammond, actually, now that I think about it. But no, I'm still leaning more toward a Rhodes. It could have been a Hammond. I mean, maybe it was. I'm not 100% sure. But I love the sound that those two instruments get, man. I love that vibrato sound that they get. It sounds really good and very fitting in a song like this. But man, they were key. They were absolutely key to the song's success, and I absolutely appreciate what they were doing. Not trying to take anything away from the drumming and from the bass playing and from the percussion and the, everything else that was happening in there. In the guitar playing, it all sounded really good. Don't get me wrong, but to me, the piano player and the Rhodes player, man, they stood out. They absolutely stood out, and they sounded fantastic. And I feel like I don't always give them the credit that they're due. And I definitely want to take the opportunity, since I was so impressed by what they did. I definitely want to put the spotlight on them. No, look, it was a great song, man. I absolutely enjoyed the song. And like I said, if it wasn't for one glaring issue, we'd be having a much higher score. But the glaring issue is a bit of a big issue. That intro. Good Lord, they could have cut that intro in half and it still would have been a good-sized intro. Look, if you want to do extended solos, there are places that would be far more appropriate to do them than at the very beginning of the song. You see what I'm saying? Like, if you want to do an extended intro as like an intro, okay, fine, then do it. But have it be its own thing. So, like, if you want to do that extended intro, do it, stop, let the crowd do their applause and their cheering, okay, fine. Now go into the song. You know what I mean? But to have it go into and lead and bleed into the song, that was overkill. If you want to make it included in the song, put the extended solos in the middle. Put the extended solos in the middle. That would be the most probably intelligent place to put it would be in the middle, or put it at the end. That would work too. Do it as an outro. If you want to jam out and extend the song and make the song longer as an outro, that makes way more sense than doing it as an intro. Because remember, people, you announced the song. You told people this is what we're doing. We're gonna play this song, and there are people who want you to get to the song. You know what I mean? They're like, okay, well, this intro's nice and all, but let's get to the song. Let's get to why we are here. You know what I mean? So I don't know, man. That intro just did not sit well with me, especially since it was over half of the length of the song. So yeah, they could have cut that intro in half, and I would have been a lot better. I'll tell you right now, if they cut the intro in half, we would be looking at least an 8.5, at least. Probably, honestly, more like an 8.6. More than likely, maybe 8.7, but I mean, I'm leaning more toward an 8.6. But it wouldn't be any lower than an 8.5, I'll tell you that right now. But because they had that overly long, over half the length of the song, intro, that kind of ruined it for me a little bit, if I'm being honest here. It took a while for me to recover from that, but once I did, I was fine. But yeah, that was way too long. Anyway, 8.2 is still a great score. We're still up in the 8, so it's still getting the great score of 8.2. I'm just saying if they cut that in half, we'd be looking at a much different score. Anyway, 8.2 is where we're at. 8.2 is where we're going to stay. So, 8.2, final score, I have spoken. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hope you all enjoyed the show. Hopefully I was able to entertain you. If I was able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, then I did my job, and I'm so glad I could do it. If you guys feel like joining the fan base, go ahead and click on that button down there. If you guys want to like the video, go ahead and like the video. If you guys want to ring the bell, go ahead and ring the bell. It honestly doesn't make any difference at all to me, but if you guys feel like doing these things, then by all means, feel free to do so. Well, that's going to do it for the night, folks. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, this is David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later. Peace.